Are you tired of all your characters looking like generic anime girls? If so, then this video is for you. I'll be teaching you how to draw different body types for women. One disclaimer. As the title suggests, I'll just be focusing on the body types I've shown here being different, not realistic. None of them will really be realistic, and I'm not claiming they are. Another disclaimer. I will assume that you can draw the human body to some capacity but can't diversify it. If you can't draw the human body, well then you can check my tutorials. I go over different body types in individual tutorials as well anyways. So first I'm going to draw an average or regular body. All the other types I'm going to be showcasing are achieved basically by changing the proportions of the skeleton, muscle development, and fat percentage of this average body type. The way you draw an average body type might be different than mine. So what I want you to focus on with this tutorial is what changes I did. So you can do similar changes according to your own style. Now I'll start with a skinny body type. You really need the knowledge of the form of the skeleton for this. Since there's no fat, the shape of the bones on certain areas will be really prominent. But don't worry, it's not that deep. The only ones you really need to care about is the ribcage, its general shape and also its opening, the clavicles, and the pelvis. The pelvis is a bit complicated actually. So, it's this ball shape, and under it there's this leg joint, and then the leg bones start. So, this area in between the edge of the pelvis and the leg joint doesn't have anything on it. On chubby or regular figures, this area would usually have fat on it, and we would get this shape of the hips. On a skinny figure, since there's really low amount or no fat, we're gonna see this dent here. Rather than curving outwards, it's gonna curve inwards. This is something called a hip dip, I think. So there's the waist, the pelvis starts, it dents, and then the legs start. My art is pretty gooner, so I tend to still give the legs a bit of a curve, but you can be more realistic if you want to as well. Not much of any arm bones will be visible, on the front at least. The upper leg bone won't really be visible, but the lower leg bone and the knees will be pretty prominent. The breasts are mostly fat, and since there isn't really any in this case, they're gonna be pretty small. When it comes to muscles, even though this isn't a muscular body type, since there's almost no fat, some muscles will be prominent. Which would be the neck muscles, some of the chest, maybe arm muscles if you want to, and the sartorius muscle on the leg, creating this unique shape on the upper leg. You can also see this shape on the abs appearing. To this day, I still don't know if this is supposed to be fat or the ab muscles. I don't know, I'm self-taught. On the back, we have the shoulder blades and the elbow bones more prominent. The butt will be more tight due to a lack of fat. You can even go further and define the shape of the muscles like this, but I won't. This line that the back muscles create is more visible, and we're also gonna see this V shape at the back of the knees more clearly as well. The feet could have small changes as well, but I don't know. Notice how there's a lot more straight lines and sharp turns in this compared to the regular. So yeah, these changes I've made to the regular figure, you're gonna do to your regular figure too, to get a skinny figure. Now let's get to the chubby body type. Most of the skeleton will be the same as the regular, except the hips. I usually make the hips a lot wider. In real life, the pelvis size wouldn't change depending on weight, obviously. Somebody could be fat with narrower hips or skinny with wide hips. I would recommend making the waist not any narrower than the ribcage, and instead just make the hips bigger. So you still get that kind of hourglass shape, but instead of getting it by making the waist narrower, you get it by making the hips wider. The breast will be larger. They would even be visible from the back, if they're big enough. Which bones are visible will be mostly the same as the regular. Maybe the elbow and the knees would be a bit less visible, I guess. As opposed to how there were a lot of sharp turns and straight lines in the skinny body type, there's a lot of soft turns and curvy lines on this one. Now to the muscular body type. This time, nothing will necessarily change from the skeleton. You can make the character taller if you want to. And well, all of the muscles will be prominent. I really can't explain all these one by one. You just gotta watch the videos if you want something more in-depth. Visible bones will also be the same as the regular. I'll be drawing one more example for each body type. The more example you see, the better it is, honestly. I can't do more in this video because I just don't have the time or energy, so I will be linking some artists that draw characters with different body types for you to study from. Thank you for watching till the end. Have a nice day.